Say.
Hey, this is Russell Peters, and you're watching Comedy Matters. And you know what else matters? Jeffrey Gurian matters. Google that name, bitch.
Oh yeah. So I'm on the Stalking Russell Peters tour for Comedy Matters. I stalked him in LA, went to his crib, which is amazing.
We did crib it out. I spit like a lunatic just now, I'm sorry.
We cribbed it out. We hung out in the Rolls.
Hung out in the Rolls, which is now fully customized, so...
Oh, you got the thing done?
The seats and everything, all done.
Yeah, the suicide doors were like killer. Unbelievable.
It's not too shabby.
No, not too
I live a rough life.
The drop head, drop dead, Rolls Royce, as I call
You bet your shiny white ass it is, Jeffrey.
It was amazing. It was amazing. So,
hey, let me say hi to Jeremy Hotz.
Hey, of course, yes.
Hello, Mama Hotz.
Nice to see the two of you together.
First of all, great suit, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Great suit. New sneaks?
Yeah, I didn't want to wear dress shoes, because the suit's cut in such a way that it's cut like jeans.
Yeah, but it lays really good with the sneakers.
Yeah, so absolutely. I did it with the sneaks.
Yeah,
went for the way in which Mr. Armani had planned it to go, I think.
But only one DJ tonight? Only Scratch? I didn't see
one.
Spin.
Because it's a Canadian festival, so we put the Canadian DJ in it.
No reason to go all... Oh, that's right, he's Canadian. I forgot that.
That is correct.
Scratch is from Canada.
Starting from Scratch is from Toronto.
Does he use the whole name, Starting from Scratch?
People know him as Starting from Scratch. Or DJ SFSpodcast.com, I think.
So when you get to know him well, you just call him Starting?
I call him Scrant. I used to, because I came up with all kinds of variations, excreting some starch, stinking from sweat, screaming from stress, all kinds of names we came up with.
So best night ever. Best night ever. Good name. It's a good name. Did you choose that?
I did not choose that. I mean, it's a pretty decent night.
No, it is. It's a great night.
In LA, this show would be called Saturday Night at the Laugh Factory. But in Montreal,
it kills.
Best night ever.
Right. And you told me to come to the 10 o'clock show because the energy was good, but the energy was great at the 7 p.m. show.
The energy was decent. You could see how it fell off a couple of times.
Well, I think all shows, look, it's long. There was a lot of people on your show.
It wasn't actually that. It's not supposed to be that long, but I went long because I was trying to build back energy in the room, which is a good and a bad thing. Good that... you know, it's good for the comics and bad that we had to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, that wheelchair thing was amazing because I really believed it. Russell had a kid come out in a wheelchair that it was his wish to meet Russell Peters. And then he asked his mom to stand up in the crowd. And his mom was like smoking hot.
That is correct.
Which is amazing.
She was so hot. It was crazy.
So incredibly hot.
Yeah.
It made my back hurt. That's how hot she was.
It made my front sore. Right. My mom told me that if I looked at women like that, I would turn to stone, and I felt something getting hard right away. So.
Now, where is that girl? I wanted to take some pictures of her.
I would love to take some pictures of her. I have no clue where she is, but I would
have a three-way shot. Yes.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Little rotisserie. Too soon?
Absolutely, too soon. Yes. So you're doing another show in a few minutes. So this is exclusive footage with Russell Peters backstage at the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal.
Do you know Paige Kennedy?
I don't have the pleasure of meeting Paige Kennedy.
You watched the show Weeds?
With Kevin Nealon.
Yeah!
Yeah, I just did Kevin's show.
He was U-turn.
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 Good to see you, bro.
Yeah. Okay, now you turn your ass and walk out the door. This man. Enjoy it.
He's a blood, if you were wondering.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. Was it? Yeah, I just did Kevin's show out.
I saw the footage.
Oh, you did? Oh, cool.
I saw you doing stand-up, and then I saw Kevin talking to you on the chair.
Yeah, well, wait till you see the long version. We got a long version of the interview with you.
We just did the long version.
We just did the short version.
It took me forever to watch that thing. Oh, Jesus, get off already, right. Jeff.
Well, and actually,
and I've got some tips for you.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Because you say If you really want to know what you look like, ask someone. If you really want to know what you look like, ask a kid. It should be, if you want to know what you look like, ask somebody. But if you really, don't use your reallys twice. Save the really for the second one.
You know what? You're so right, and I didn't even see that. And as a writer, you know, every word is important. Every single, the placement of every word.
Yeah,
so you're right, because I said if you really want to know what you look like, but if you really want to know what you look like, yeah, so you're right. So,
say the really.
So
it really, you know, it's kind of like
so how would I say the first one? If you want to know what you look like?
If you want to know what you look like, ask somebody. But if you really want to know what you look like, ask a child.
Great. From the mouth of Russell Peters.
And then when he says a mix of Elton John and Phil Spector, I was so taken aback. How the hell does this kid know who Phil Spector is?
Which kid?
The kid you're asking.
Oh, the kid that I was asking.
Yeah.
Oh, see, but that's an interesting thing. You thought it through. There's a suspension of disbelief. Most people don't say, "Hey, I wonder if you'll understand that or if you'll think of that," but you do. That's very interesting to me.
I always think of the details, and I always look for the holes in stories. And I'm like, well, how would a kid know Phil Spector and Elton John?
So you mean I shouldn't perform anymore?
No, you should definitely keep at it. But you should have a reason as to why this kid knows. And you should say to him, how do you know who Phil Spector and Elton John is? And he looks at you and says, Google, bitch, and he walks away.
Oh, I could see. That's an interesting point. Now, when I get back to the room, I'm going to work on that.
I'm a kid. I'm not stupid. You know, something. You know, he has the last laugh again.
Very cool.
And you extend your joke that much longer and get that much more out of it.
See, I'm being mentored by Russell Peters. What more of an honor can you get? No, mentored. Yeah, that's cool. So, what's next for you when you leave here? Where are you off to?
Excuse me, going back to L.A.
Yeah. Just chilling in the house that Jokes built.
The house that Jokes built.
The amazing house that Jokes built. Yes. And then what? Are you going to be touring any place?
No, I'm going to start hitting the stages though, because I gotta do two things. I gotta start hitting the gym because I'm getting fat, and I could feel it.
Isn't that weird when you go to put on something and it doesn't really close well, and it's like.
And every single person I know since I've come home, the first thing they said to me, "Oh, you're getting fat."
Oh, people are cruel, right?
Yeah, I guess they're like, "Hey, he's a comedian; he can take it." But
it's a sign that you're doing well when people try to take you down.
Yes, but I literally have two soft spots: the soft spot of telling me I'm fat, and then the soft spots that are fat.
Listen, man, it was great to see you as always.
You too,
Thanks for giving me your time. The best, man. All the best.
Good to see you, kid.
Good to see you too.
Keep an eye on that guy.
Sean.
Parkinson's ever kicks in, this career's over.